Okay, not too long ago, I did an emotional review of half of the book Alchemized. I'm going to do an review of the book because I finished it, but I'm going to try my best not to give too many spoilers. But I am going to talk about one specific topic that I think I want to just, clear up a little bit. But for the most part, Alchemized has a lot of emotional depth to it. It has very complex characters, very, very complex characters. I can't accentuate on that enough. There's some complexities going on in here. So complex it's confusing sometimes. And intricate world building. I think the magic system is very well done. I would say so, and has some interesting twists to it. This book also hits a lot of hot topics. Okay, so we're talking about political, religious abuse, relationships, friendships being used to abuse, to control and stuff intentionally, strategically. Not even like I don't even know what I'm doing type stuff. It's like I'm getting into this with every intent of, or I'm making you do this with every intent of um, someone else's needs and wants. And drug abuse, um, in order to using drugs to control somebody else, you know. So it hits on all that. Physical abuse, name it, and it's probably there. It's there. It has all of that going on with it. And I would say that this is a really good book. It's well done because it is doing, it's hitting all those hard topics and doesn't feel weird. There's some class, some elegance to how it's being done. I believe that the majority of what was going on in this dark fantasy is based off of, a fictional war, clearly, but it's using what has been seen in the past to make it feel real, grab the reader's attention. Because when you think about it, a horror movie, sci-fi, in some shape or form, they have to add real elements in there to make you feel like, oh my God, could this happen to me? That's what makes you, scared or whatever. That's what this book is doing. It's all fake, all fictional, but it takes real potential elements that has been done in the past, way back in history, to um, captivate the reader. So, 10 out of 10 is what I would have to rate this book. It, for the most part, though, is going to make you kind of be like, I don't know if I want to finish it in the very beginning, because in the very beginning is kind of like the middle or the end of the book. And then it takes you back to the beginning in part two of the book. It's three parts of the book. So when you're starting the book, it's throwing a lot at you real fast, and you're just kind of like, what? 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 And then it all starts to make sense, and it's all starting to like, oh, so it's one of those slow burns in regards to comprehension for most people. It was for me anyway. But once you get it, you got it, and then you're like, oh, what's going on around here? So, for the most part, I enjoyed the book. I think that all the hot topics, controversial topics that I wouldn't even say, you know, raised, it was explicit touched. They explicitly, boldly touched in this book was done very well because there's a way to touch it and it feel like, I don't want be here anymore. And it doesn't make you feel like that. It hits the hot topics in a graceful way that you can stay. But it's because there's a lot more going on that you have to try to comprehend and put together in your mind. One thing I really want to accentuate on because I just, I brought it up last time, I'm bringing it up again because I just didn't like it. Ilva Hovas passing away, I didn't give a good goddamn. I didn't give a good. Honestly, I would feel like she should have, passed on sooner with her mean lion self. But I guess, to help the Eternal Flame, she did what she had to do. She was strategic enough. She was going to get it done. She was all chose up in regards to the side that she was on, and she was willing to do anything and everything that she had. I just didn't like the methods. It didn't feel good with how she was being religiously and politically abusive to Helena, the main character. I feel as if there could have been a little bit more warmth there because you were already lying to her from the very beginning. There was a lot of leeway that she could have given Helena that she just didn't, even if it was more so like in the background. Like you don't have to give her leeway in front of everybody, but in the back you could, like, she did in a little in little ways, but for the most part her pride was very strong for somebody who's a, everything that you're talking about is for Dolly. Everything. But okay, honey, her character was needed to push the story forward and to get and to hopefully touch victory, in which in the long run they did, in a way. Anyway, there goes my review. Okay. I'll see you next time for the next review.